He turns around and punches him.
All right. Well then, let's go ahead and start. Again, just hop in whenever you get to your place, Winter,
Yep.
and we will have you join in that moment. But to recap, in the last couple sessions, you guys had went off on a little mission. You fresh individuals, fresh faces, into the ruins of these of old Deadstone, this buried part of this ancient city, um, in order to find an artifact known as the Philosopher's Stone that is supposedly able to transmute certain materials. For hopefully the benefit of the individuals, the denizens of the city. However, the head druid, archdruid Ukala, who had gone before you, had also gone missing, so your mission was to retrieve that and find her whereabouts. You made it through the dungeon, found that Ukala had, in fact, perished, seemingly due to contact with the Philosopher's Stone, turning her into a jade statue that attacked you shortly after retrieving the stone for yourselves. After doing battle and fighting off these animated statues, you were confronted with a large number of individuals from the Baja Sombra Expedition Company. These typically Underdark denizens of kobolds and Dwargar approached you and asked for the stone. Hugin, though, seeing that his party was at a disadvantage, attempted to play diplomat and asked for a bit of time and conversation in potentially sharing the stone. The head of the expedition company, seeming to also not want to have any unneeded bloodshed, was willing to discuss. Some shenanigans took place in which the Philosopher's Stone was attempted to be stolen, but thwarted by the keen eyes of your party, the expedition company left, gathering their things and collapsing the tunnel behind them. Afterwards, the rest of you rested up as best you could, made your way back out of these ruins and back into Deadstone proper, where you handed off the Philosopher's Stone to the druids of the temple and took a little break for yourselves. Going to, I've got to get the map for Deadstone. Oopsie daisies. That's the one thing I didn't have over here. Get off piano. Heading over to, I believe it is the Wide-Eyed Willow. This local sort of restaurant and bar. Having yourself some drinks and conversating over everything that had happened and getting to know each other a little bit better. Before leaving, though, you were met with an individual who gave you a summons to the town hall in order to report on everything that had happened while within the ruins. Each of you being called, now beginning to make your way to the town hall on the top of the hill. Walking past the forum and finding yourselves at the foot of this large, crumbling marble building, still grand in its architecture, though obviously has seen better days, as has most of this city. You guys are free to proceed as you see fit.
I mean, Eugen's just heading straight for the courthouse.
Okay.
Pretty sure we got in, didn't we?
Yeah, I was saying if there was anything you wanted to backtrack and do. I believe after entering Weaver, you took a step aside to deliver some mail in hopes of having it sent off, but then reconvening with your party as the lot of you are met with sort of receptionist in the front. Dressed in these nice sort of robes, this elderly, half-elven man, sort of sallow features, is like, right, please, this way to the antechamber while the heads of the city prepare themselves to meet with you.
Hmm.
As he leads you over into a side room, uh, a couple of chairs are laid out, and within the chamber, you see a familiar face in mantle who, still rather exhausted, seeing that you all are entering, is like, oh, good, they did manage to grab you. I won't have to do this alone. To which the doors close behind you, and you all are met in waiting for a little bit. It's like, I guess the druids saw fit to inform the heads of the city, the Maggiore, and I believe the owner of the forum, being two of them. Um, I guess sooner rather than later is their motto.
Hmm.
What asses?
Yeah, I think they give us a little time to recuperate.
Apparently not.
Pulls out a little flask and takes a little sipsy. Well, I don't think this is going to be an issue. I hope it's not going to be. You guys look a little tired, as those of you that have drank the cold brew from the end still are suffering from the effects of cold brew crash.
Yeah.
It's like, did you have a bit of a celebration without me?
It looks like you had one without us.
I wouldn't exactly call being called to town hall a celebration. But
Fun.
We celebrate when the time is right to. You bring your celebration with you.
I guess so. By the way, this isn't drink. It's literally just water.
Mm-hmm.
Either way. And I believe Ozga and Lazak had also come with you and are currently rubbing their sort of temples, trying to recoiling from the effects of the crash. One of them looks over to you, Hugin, Osgal, saying, like, Commander, is this something that we're going to have to report to Adia? You think?
I imagine it would be a good idea to either write it down or just remember what we said in detail.
Alright.
Or at least, some kind of report to them.
Well. I love paperwork immediately after a mission. Always the fun part.
Take some time to rest before you do it then.
Will do.
I don't think I ever had to deal with paperwork.
I hear rumors about how the pen is mightier than the sword, but I don't see how that's true immediately after, stabbing everything we did to get out.
I think you do not understand what that saying means.
Hmm?
Don't worry about it.
After a moment or two, eventually, on the other side of the room, two large doors swing open as armed guards enter, and like, you all are the expedition company, or the troop that was sent into the ruins, yes? Eugen, Dr. Weaver, Everest, listing out the names.
I'm a doctor now.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yes.
He just sort of like looks, but then realizes what you're saying is like, right. Please follow us. The Maggiore and his companions will see you now. As you step into not a particularly large or grand room, you do see before you a long table, and sitting at it are 5 individuals. At the center, wearing these sort of dark maroon and gray robes, very, Roman-esque, an older human man, short-cut hair, a bit of stubble on his face. Seems to be leaning over and talking to a human woman of long black hair, tannish skin, gray eyes, not wearing the familiar attire that any of you would be aware of from Necros. This sort of almost suit-like attire, as she's whispering to him as you guys enter. Hugin, you see Captain Zale sitting, sort of sits up and straightens himself as you enter. And then across from him, you see Giovanni, the druid that you had conversed with at the temple, as well as, again to you, Hugin, General Adia, who had arrived here with your troop. As she doesn't have a seat, but is sort of sitting off to the side of the room, just present and giving you an interesting look, as she knows that this was part of your sort of an immediate call to action on you. But
Hugin will just kind of like elbow one of the brothers, and then motion his head over to Adia.
They immediately straighten up and begin falling in line. Seeing as how there's a bit of a sigh of relief from the both of them, as this might mean they don't have to do paperwork. You all come in. The man in the robe sort of looks over, sees you enter, whispers something to the woman by his side, and it's like, I am sorry to call you here on such short notice. My name is Maggiore Facilius Gradiniere. I am the leader of the city of Deadstone. I appreciate you all coming on such short notice. I mean, especially after your unique adventure. This here is my friend and the owner of the forum, Lady Ophelia Decata. And I'm imagining most of you, at least those of you with the Seekers, are familiar with Captain Hortus Zale. And of course, your General Adia Klein. And looking to you, Doctor, and Mantle. And of course, Druid of Balance, Giovanni. God, what a fucking last name I gave him. Lacerarum.
That is a fucking last name. Fuck.
Okay, can you repeat the Majore's name?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Majore's name is Facilius. Facilius, I think. Phisilis. Facilis. Yeah. Facilis. Gradiniere. Gradaniere.
Okay, Ophelia.
And then Ophelia Decata. Deketa.
Okay. Just go down the list with Zale's last
Yeah.
name.
Zale is
first
the last
name.
name.
Yeah.
Zale's for Hortus. Hortus.
Okay.
And then Giovanni's last name is Lacerarum. Lacer.
Ah, fuck.
Arum.
Hey, we're in our positions now.
Hey!
There we go. Welcome.
We're
Here.
finally ourselves.
We're finally in the right positions.
I can stop playing Everest now.
Take his mask off. Jeez.
Literally the grunt homies.
It's just the same character. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Um,
Me and Winter thought it'd be funny to convene and make the same character.
Nice. That's fair.
It's a real backstory.
That that actually make for a very interesting one-shot. Oops, all clones. Anyway,
It's just called Star
Uh,
Wars: The Clone Wars, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
just play the Clone Wars. And then I don't know if you had this down, but Adia's last name is Klein, Klein.
I'm so glad that I don't actually spell anything right on purpose at this point.
That's 100% fair. But if anyone wants to spell it right, that is how they are spelt. I had to actually come up with proper things for this, but as the majority finishes introducing everyone, it's like, I'm glad to see that. Oh yes, do you have a?
Would a member of the Klein family be referred to as a Kleiner? Gordon.
Anyway, the majority. The majority fucking take god damage. No. The majority, after introducing, he says like, I'm glad to see that all of you appeared in one piece after your mission. Please, the reason for calling you here is to get a detailed first-person report on the events that happened within the catacombs and ruins of old Deadstone. If there is any information that has not been brought up to the druids, as they were the first to be reported to, we have been given slight overarching details or accounts, but hearing it from the mouths of those brave enough to venture in would be preferable.
Well, do you have any desire to go see it? Or send others there?
We would likely send others to secure if there is reason to. Another portion of getting this account and another perk of having this expedition sent is to hopefully reclaim the land and any lost things beneath it. As I see, looks to you, Hugin, you have indeed found some, at least relics, in of Necros' past, referring to your armor.
Yeah, he just glances at it. Well, there isn't much that I believe we saw there, but if you do plan on going back, there is a wormwood tree seeking sacrifice.
Some concerned look comes over the majority's face, to which Mantle will speak up. The tree itself was a corrupted plant, I believe. It would be more in line with, I believe, what you mentioned, Giovanni. Giovanni will sort of, you say the tree itself, much of the plant life that still remains here within Necros, unfortunately, does have a susceptibility to becoming cursed. We believe this wormwood you mention is likely one such plant, because of the necromantic energy suffused into the land itself here, as well as the amount of death it has likely seen in its time, has become cursed by the emotions and the souls of those that passed. I would see fit to, if an expedition be taken down there once again, we remove this danger, as who knows, if given more time to grow and thrive and retrieve sacrifice, what it could do, especially so close to the city.
Fair enough. It has something that speaks for it, as well as smaller little beings, although they do not appear so strong. I imagine the tree and its mouthpiece are the greatest concern. But upon entering the ruin, you'll find yourself in what I believe to be an old Necrosian barracks. There were some tools that I found in there, though they weren't very good. I did conduct trade with the individuals who were tunneling into it. They were kobolds from the Bajasambra Expedition Company.
Right. The majority speaks up. We will get to that in a moment, as I believe that was towards the end of your expedition.
Of course. Well, the first room we entered appeared to be a lodging area, made for sleeping. There was old armor of Necros scattered about, all of it pretty much. The second room partially collapsed. We could not tell exactly what it was. There were remains of an armor stand. In another room, potentially an armory. This is where we figured we would be in the barracks. The entryway is completely caved in. There was a bathhouse in there, nothing special, although there is a statue of Baris and a statue of Varis down there. Very, very close to where the trees are.
Okay. You don't need to give an entire detailed account,
he'll-
but yeah.
He kind of
Anything
just
that
goes
any of
over
you would
what
like
they
to
did.
point out until, like, reaching up to the interaction with the kobolds. To which point, you see this Ophelia lean over to the Majore while you're giving accounts, whispering certain things to him as he nods, gives her a hand, and lets you continue. But until, I imagine, he's like, right, I appreciate your thoroughness in this account. If there is anything the rest of you would like to input as well, any details that stuck out to you in particular, we do have means for concern in regards to this expedition company you say you encountered. To which point Captain Zale will straighten up. If I may, Majore, the expedition company, how many strong were they? And did it look like they were armed? Or were they purely here to be scavengers?
About how many were there? There was like 10 or 15, weren't there?
About 15 or so, yeah, roughly.
The ones that we saw that were still alive, there was about 15. Did not look like warriors to me. If they were, they probably could have taken us out after our encounters with what the stone had turned previous explorers into. Many of their men were lost in the catacombs anyway, and I am unsure if they're even still down there. As I did tell the Wormwood when we left that there was plenty to feast upon below if they could reach it.
This is concerning to say the least. If an expedition company, armed or not, has found its way into Necrosian borders under our noses, this could be a threat of great importance, as the Kingdom of Tenzit does not have the best reputation of friendly relations with most of the other kingdoms.
Well, if it's any consolation, they said that this underground tunnel system is something that they're trying to get up and running for other kingdoms, saying that those who lead it know that they're doing this. Although they did collapse the tunnel before we left.
Perhaps to hide their tracks.
I imagine so. I'm certain you'll find many of them dead down there now. they did kind of trap themselves in there with that tree.
Depending on if they didn't have other ways out, kobolds are small and tricky. They likely had other plans, and considering their interest in this Philosopher's Stone, it does bring a great concern, nonetheless. The wormwood in and of itself is a different matter. If it does continue to feed on the kobolds that are remaining down there, that is something I will leave to you, Druid Giovanni. Right, I will, with your permission, Captain Zale, and turns over, General Adia, perhaps some more of your seekers would like to escort a number of our druids there in hopes of dealing with this wormwood problem. Looks over to you, Eugen, the brothers. This is something that we are... Sorry, I've got to get her accent in place. This is what we are brought here to do. I do not understand. I do not think it would be a problem, as seekers thrive on action. We will divvy out our parties as necessary, ensuring that there is still some defense, of course, to keep Deadstone safe. All right. And I will work with you on that to bring what reserve forces we have in the barracks to clear out the nest, as it were. Right. At this point, the Maggiore is like, well, I do not see any further reason to keep you. I appreciate the information you have given, though I will ask, and turns again to Giovanni. There was a detail that you mentioned about this stone, correct? That is of great importance to our uses with it. Giovanni sort of nods. There is a reason to believe that the stone is corrupted or broken in a way, as the only material it seems to be able to transmute is that of living flesh. Which, I understand, is not something that we are willing to utilize in the reconstruction of the city. I believe it would be in the best interest if the stone at this moment in time were sent to... gotta remember the name of the city. Vetitum. For... potential fixing, if not distraction, as something this powerful and dangerous should not be left in the hands of a city as, unfortunately, less defensible as Deadstone. Sort of nods. Right. I understand this, and I will consult. We will give it time and send word to Vetitum in the hopes that they might have a way of fixing it. In which case, hopefully in that time, we are able to clear out the ruins. Right. The Maggiore sort of turns to the lot of you. Otherwise, I believe there is no more need for me in any of the information. If anything else should arise, please make sure to let us know. To which point, Ophelia will put her hand on the Maggiore. I do have something I would like to ask, if that is all right. It is known and reported that several valuable materials were found within the ruins, and I'm sure that you all were more than eager to obtain any that might be of monetary value. I would be more than willing to take any of it off of your hands. Any artifacts, maybe even gestures to you, Eugen, that form-fitting armor could be exchanged if you would see fit.
Can you replace this armor with some of equal defensibility?
I believe that is something I can do, yes. I am the head of the forum, and there is nothing I cannot get my hands on.
Sounds good. And he'll kind of glance to the others.
I can't remember what I have.
I'm gonna look at Weaver
Uh-huh.
and just kind of like lower, like make like a small shape with my hand, kind of like, bomb essentially. And just kind of give him like a questioning look of like, well,
If you want to keep the bomb, you can keep the bomb.
yeah, exactly. Are we keeping it or not? Is essentially the question she's
I don't
trying
think
to ask
we're
without saying
trading
anything.
right now, right?
Roll Insight, Weaver, to see if she's trying to tell you, hey, you could sell the bomb or throw the bomb right now. Do it.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Ah,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah,
Look 'em up.
that's it.
78.
He may be stupid, but at least he's wise.
Yeah, there's a smirk across his face though, just for a moment of that would have been funny.
The smirk in person, she's just like,
Oh no.
Roll insight. Go back and forth to see if you guys can constantly read each other's facial expressions.
I bet.
Sure, go for it.
Doctor, instantly fail.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea. I'm like, just like
Yeah, just like in this exchange, it's like, of course, if you need anything from the forum for your services to the city of Deadstone, please do not hesitate to seek me out personally. I will
The
ensure
doctor
that you are
perks the
given.
fuck up.
I'll see to it that you are given anything and everything you might need from here on. Finding this stone is extremely valuable to not only Deadstone, to the people that work to preserve and expand it. So, please, you have done a great service. Indeed. The Majora sort of perks up. It's like, well, you are free to take your leave if you need. I will begin reaching out to Visitum in attempts to get in contact with its heads, and should word be sent that perhaps the Philosopher's Stone needs fixing or destroying, mayhaps you all, being accustomed to its effects and seeming rather capable yourselves, would not mind escorting.
How defensible do you want it to be?
The wastes are a dangerous place, as dangerous as anywhere else on the continent. But I suppose that would also depend on how much we are able to muster up. If you yourself are able to gather some of your seekers, then that would be greatly appreciated, and I take the fullest of confidence that your men and women can take it in safe hands.
Well, I heard you discussing where you would like to send it if anything needed to be done. If I may suggest, the Warring Walls are probably the most defensible place you'll find in the kingdom. If you ever needed to be extra certain nothing would happen to it. Of course, our kingdoms are friendly. We would be open and honest with you about what is going on with it, and any attempts made to reverse whatever effects may have been done to it.
It is greatly appreciated, and I understand that this is a gesture on behalf of our allies. I will leave it in the capable hands of the leaders of Ititum, and should need be, Godking Paris. Well,
Just nods.
either way, please enjoy the city, earn yourselves some rest. We will reach out to you should the stone need to transport.
Of course, he'll salute and give a bit of a bow at the same time.
The brothers follow in your footsteps. He waves as the guards come to you, escort you out, as you are led back through the antechamber and into the main entrance of the city hall.
Right, we got some things from the catacombs. Anything you think worth trading or selling?
I have quite a few.
Well then, it seems we've got a window into doing such.
I don't know about the rest of you. I'm going to go and finally take my rest.
Please do.
Mantle bids you guys a farewell and walks off. The brothers
Yeah, you can
look
glance
to
at
you.
them.
Yeah.
You're free to go.
Thank you. And they give a nod and a salute as they will take their leave. And as you guys, I imagine, begin making your way to the forum, before you exit the town hall, Hugin, there's an immediate sort of picking up to your ear of small, quickened footsteps approaching you. Hugin Tokrath!
He stops
turn.
slowly, turns around.
You see General Adia approaching you.
Yeah, he'll give a salute.
She stops in front of you. Gives a salute as well. I could not help but notice that you are traveling with one extra seeker. Yes. Looks over to Everest wearing the cowl.
Yes.
Do you care to inform me as to how you came about this new recruit?
On the way to the ruin, she was being attacked by some undead. Rather than continuing to run when we engaged, she stopped and fought with us before entering into the ruin. With little to no information about what we were doing, handled herself quite well. She's very strong and cunning individual. I find her useful for my troops' cause.
Of course. I will say, you are free to recruit whoever you need be, but there is the concern of bringing random strangers into our ranks. If there is need for her, and if you in fact vouch for her, I'm sure she will, in due time, prove herself a worthy seeker. But I ask that until that is proven to the majority of the ranks and your superiors, I ask that the cowl be removed and
I'll
return
glance
to its
over at
rightful
Everest.
owner. She looks at you. This small human woman, black hair, almost in a bob cut, with like a minor like ponytail out the back, and some just sort of thick glasses to her.
Are other members of the Seekers aware of my position? Like, what my troop with?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're aware of your position.
Okay.
You are not on top though.
Yeah.
There's still generals
Mhm.
above you, which Adia is. But they're aware, and anyone under your troop generally understands that what you says goes. But
He's gonna glance over at Everest then, before glancing back at General Adia, and he's like, "Forgive me, but I believe it is with its rightful owner."
Very well, I'm not here to argue, I was just curious. Tell me, she turns to you now, Everest. Where do you hail from?
Does it matter?
Ah, I see. You are from, gotta remember the name of the kingdom. You are from Bashan. Your accent betrays you. Well, it is a rarity to see civilians of such a reclusive kingdom. But if Eugen trusts you, then I am sure that you are reasonably capable as a warrior. But until further proven, you are, in my eyes, nothing more than a grunt. Respectfully. In
You
time,
say
will earn
respectfully. That was disrespectfully.
Everest.
I'm aware.
Turns back to you, Eugen. You're going to have your hands full with this one, Eugen. And she walks off past you.
I was aware of that.
I
when
flip
made
her
the
off when she turns
decision.
around.
He kind of looks at you, looks at your finger before he's like, I understand that being put into a position in the military is very strange, as there's now a hierarchy. At the very least, I would ask that you pretend to be respectful for the time being.
She didn't respect me.
She doesn't have to, she's a general. Your value in my troop immediately puts you above many others. Those who would normally start as grunts, as she said, you are not, even if she sees you as one for the time being.
You trying to suck up to me or something?
I'm not trying to suck up to you, I'm trying to let you know that this troop that I'm involved in was something discussed with myself and Agrisha. The people in my troop are handpicked by me. And while we are still seekers, and we still do the jobs requested of us in the military, we also go amongst the kingdoms for other reasons. You're a part of a very special squad.
So you pissed her off because you brought me in without informing.
Perhaps. But I believe I made the right decision. I only hope that you prove me correct.
Like, you have to be respectful. Let the street trash do it. And I flip off a deer.
She's well down the steps
Yeah.
at this point,
Yep.
and even if you could see her, she's so
Yep.
short it'd be hard.
Like, see?
It's
Does he
fine
say
because
that out
I'm gonna put
loud?
my hand over on his shoulder. I'm gonna be like, this is why he's my favorite.
Did he say that out loud and do it?
Yeah.
He'll glance
Yeah.
over, it's like, I don't care what you do.
Yeah, I can be disrespectful. It's fine. I just wait until they're
Good,
far enough
you
away that I'm
good.
still safe.
Then you be my disrespect.
There you go. You can get it out through
Respect.
Weaver.
Is that how it works? You could just
What?
do that.
So
Yeah, you can pass off your disrespect.
There's something new every day.
What if you need? I can handle two. I can do disrespect for two.
You do have two hands.
Exactly.
just be sure that you aren't doing anything that will get you killed.
But they're the most fun. Right.
I can only protect you from those who are not my higher ups.
That's.
Adia is my higher up,
Mm-hmm.
although I feel she is a bit more lax than some of the other generals in the army.
But most of them
That
have
doesn't
just
bode
come
well.
over and taken it themselves then.
Perhaps either that or they would have not taken too kindly to me standing up for you by saying you are its rightful owner, thus punishing myself and you. They'd still consider you part of the army, because that means that they can do what they want to you.
That's how it works then.
For some.
Isn't a life of service just great?
So wonderful.
Or perhaps if you so desire, you could gain powers like mine, and he'll use that, just cast with his warlock invocation, the detect magic, and just have his eyes flare and that feeling appear to her.
Mike, I would like us to do it, please.
Huh?
You know that's
Oh,
a challenge, and that's not gonna stand.
That's up to y'all.
Any spell
Nervous.
doesn't matter.
Hmm? Yeah? No?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Nervous.
I'm afraid of what this means.
Nervous.
Okay. What am I? Sorry, I've got to recall. How did we do this again? Because it's first time. Just the contested. I don't remember how he said we were gonna do this.
Yeah, contested.
Contested. Okay, go ahead and make your roll. I think it's wisdom.
I'm just gonna do it in roll 20 so I don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Do
10.
10. Yeah, no, beaten with a 19. As for a moment, let me take a little look-see here at your character sheet. If it'll load, un momento. Fair. Man, everything's being real slow. Okay.
Like, I will say, if you rule detect magic as, like, you can see auras and shit, you definitely see shit coming off of the doctor.
Mm.
it's hilarious because this isn't even him attempting to see anything. He's just showing the presence of his power as it is, you know,
It's not what
for
this
a
is
moment.
about.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a pissing
I'm
contest.
just saying, because you did say detect
Yeah.
magic specifically.
Right.
Sweet
Okay.
fuck all from where.
I was checking to see what was happening, but either way, you don't do anything, Everest, but for a moment your consciousness sort of lulls, and Hugin, in your head, it's like, oh, how precious, given your magic by a god king. Shame you didn't earn it yourself. As Everest, you come back to.
You're an interesting one.
What?
He just turns and leaves.
Everest, you just hear, yeah, that's right, scaly boy, walk away. Anyway.
Nothing. It's nothing. Let's go.
Little does he know.
Interesting.
I don't know how it's powerful to look constipated with glowing eyes. Just walk.
Yeah, he's just
Follow.
casting
That's true.
magic.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
Really isn't that impressive.
Hmm.
What this is magic? Glow eyes?
I mean, you know, there's also the
Would I recognize that spell?
pressure.
They're still...
Roll an Arcana, yeah.
Me talk. Good.
Yeah, just roll an Arcana if you want to try to identify what he was doing.
That's an 11.
11. Some kind of magic with the eyes. He was probably looking for something, but again, you felt like it was more just a flex.
He casts a spell.
Anyway,
Apparently a stupid one with glow eyes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it has something to do with seeing things, more than likely.
anyway, so I imagine Eugene, you're already heading off. The rest of you would eventually follow to the forum, to where you are free to trade anything that you picked up. If you would like to, you can look for Miss Ophelia Zakata.
He's gonna look for her to do all the trading through.
Fair
He believes
enough.
that's where he's gonna get the best deal.
100% fair. Yeah. I'll say one moment while I pull a few things up. It takes a second to find her as she hung around the town hall a little longer than you guys did. But eventually, as she gets back, she's directed to your group and is like, well, I did not expect to be seeing you all so soon again. Is there anything I can help you with?
I'll take you up on that exchange of plate armor.
Of course. Follow me. I believe I know a vendor who is in communications with a smith down in, I believe it is Pesco, who's very fine wares and armors. She'll sort of just lead you around the forum, working her magic as the head, and it's like, right, I believe this seeker is in need of some new plate armor, preferably one that is more intact. Of course, Miss Ophelia. He watches this sort of dwarven man goes back and is like, right, let me get a measure of you, sir.
He'll
He's going to
remove the armor to give it more accurate.
Yeah.
And for those of you who look, on both of his arms, like upper arms, are seared into his flesh, like words. On his upper right arm, there's like tenants, and the upper left seems to just be a message. If anyone wants to read them.
Yeah, why not? I like observing things.
Sure.
Yeah.
On his right arm, from top to bottom, it says, "Dense the flame of hope." It is not enough to merely defeat an enemy in battle. Your victory must be so overwhelming that your enemy's will to fight is shattered forever. A blade can take a life. Fear can end an empire. Then rule with an iron fist. Once you have conquered, tolerate no dissent. Your word is law. Those who obey it shall be favored. Those who defy it shall be punished as an example to all who follow. And then finally, strength above all. You shall rule until a stronger one arises. Then you must grow mightier and meet the challenge, or fall to your own ruin. And on the left arm, it says, "Let it be known on this day you did not fight alone."
He has a book on the arms.
You could certainly say that.
Do you need some paper or something?
The dwarf sort of scoffs to himself. They just don't understand. My brother was a paladin, you see. As he measures and eventually gets the proper measurements, is like, we do not have any armor of your build per se. We can easily work on it. Come back in the morning for a fresh set that matches your proportions.
Very well.
Free of
Thank you.
charge.
I appreciate it, and he'll give it. He'll just leave the plate armor with Ophelia and put his chain back on.
Yeah. Like, I will see to this relic that it is treated properly and perhaps even finished for use in the military once again. As for the rest of you...
Oh, he was going to say it didn't take much of a beating when I was wearing it, so hopefully that's shown not to be too hard.
Is there any service I can provide for the rest of you?
Yes.
Very well. What would you like to do?
I'm jewellery, and I am looking for alchemic components.
All right. Might I take a look and appraise the jewelry that you do have?
Of course, yes.
Right. What all are you looking to have appraised and potentially sold?
Fancy pendant, sapphire ring.
Okay.
I'm keeping the skull because, of course, I would.
Cool metal skull.
Yes, yes.
Just checking. Okay.
I'm gonna-
Sapphire ring.
To
Sorry.
save time, Weaver will throw in with that appraisal group a piece of blue quartz.
Okay.
And to save time, a band with Jasper on it and some basilisk teeth and a basilisk spine.
Right. Fair. Okay. So,
I'm
Doctor,
also
I'm trying
keeping
to
my
get...
one scale.
Right. Okay. So for gems, for the Sapphire ring. Just trying to find. Okay, so there was a Jasper ring, right? Winter, you had a
Yeah,
Jasper
it's
on
a
you.
bracelet, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
It is, yeah, band with Jasper stone on it.
Okay. Looking at it, and she's like, "Well, Jasper is a semi-precious stone. This will likely fetch you a decent price. It needs a bit of cleaning off, but I could probably get you about 45 gold for it."
Sold.
All right.
Easy.
She will find you to a jeweler's for the jewelry, and you'll get 45 gold for your Jasper thing. The sapphire. Where did the sapphire go?
Where's my hairbrush?
Seriously, I thought about that song yesterday.
Wild.
When we were all sitting in the interrogation room, I was thinking of having Toby pull out his lute and start playing VeggieTales songs.
Awesome.
Thanks, Toby.
Let's see where the fuck it went. So there's the
Thank God I'm not in that room.
so you take you pass off this sapphire ring. She's like, "Oh, sapphire itself is a very valuable stone in and of itself. With this I can touch you for about 750 gold."
Joel? I have no use for this ring.
It's a very nice ring. It's a shame. I might take it myself. Who knows? She will, again at the jeweler's, transfer that money off to you.
It's 750, right?
750.
Yep, right.
Jeez.
And then a fancy pendant.
Fancy pendant. This in and of itself is obviously not as great worth as a sapphire gem. Though I do believe I could sell this to you for I'd say, do you remember where this pendant comes from?
It came off of somebody who is it is an artifact in itself.
An artifact. Okay, so just a general artifact. This one again not as worth quite as much as the gemstone in the ring. This I can sell to you for maybe 25 gold. And she'll pass that off. And then Weaver, you had what's
Just a piece of blue quartz that I got from the ruins.
right, blue quartz. Which, if I recall, was I tell? Where is the there it is. This is a rough hewn gem, unfortunately, and one of fairly common rarity. Best I can sell this for would probably be around 10 gold. But 10 gold is 10 gold.
Yes, well, I don't need it, so 10 gold is 10 gold, I guess.
Indeed. She will help trade that off to the jeweler as well.
Thank you.
Could you help me with getting alchemic components?
Of course. We have a number of traveling apothecaries that like to set up in the center of the market. As she'll take you to several carts and whatnot that have been set up again in the sort of the center of the forum. What are you looking for in particular in terms of your components?
Since I have a lot more money than I thought I would have.
Sapphires are worth a lot.
Because I was just originally going to try to make a boosting powder and some stun dust.
Wait, okay. Sorry, I'm also trying to double check a few things. There's the...
Me selling them, the boosting powder would be about 25 gold, and then the stun dust about 75 gold.
Okay. Alright, just looking through. Right. Yeah, no, she can help you acquire the ingredients for those concoctions easy enough.
It was more so about how much do you think that would cost, because if it wasn't as much as I would like to add a sleep vial as well.
Sure, yeah. So what are the costs for each of those again? Where'd my pencil go? There it is.
And like the thing is, I don't have. Wait.
Yeah. I'll also pull up your character sheet since that's where all of those concoctions lie. Because if I recall correctly, also there are level caps to certain concoctions. I don't remember in particular. Homebrew stuff.
No,
Always
not
fun.
really.
No? Okay.
No,
Cool.
because I already made a fear vial, which is like at the end of the fucking list.
Okay. Let me go to your.
It's more so I just need to know what the appropriate supplies would cost, and then I can make them for a little bit more on top of that, because gold bullshit.
Right. Okay. So the cost is for the materials to make it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So
And
it was.
all I have is the value if I would sell them.
Is that value of? I believe that value is the value it costs to make them. I don't know. No, that is the value for sold.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because how it is I can create these things at the rate of gold per day equal to my intelligence plus the appropriate supplies.
Right. Okay.
This is like everything. The value is how I would sell them if I would sell them.
Right. Okay. So I'm just looking through this again. Sorry.
You're good.
This is homebrew, so they didn't fill everything out. Okay, I'm gonna write them out again. So which ones are you looking to make?
On 100% the boosting powder and stun dust, and if I have enough left over, a sleep vial.
Stun, dust, sleep vial. Minecraft.
Minecraft!
Okay.
I'm playing Doug, baby.
Play Doug. Doug, if he actually had an intelligence stat. Right. So for the boosting powder, the cost to make, I'll say the cost to make is usually less than the cost to sell because it's a finished product.
Mhm,
So we'll take it at a discount of about. Sorry. So it's 5. I gotta migrate the thing on my phone. Sorry.
Man, do we love math?
We love math here at D&D. Yes, indeed we do. Just trying to find it. Okay, so let's say it's about 70%. It takes about 70%, we'll say, and let's write this down so we know it for the future. The cost of production is like three quarters of the cost to sell, so you'd still be making a profit if you sold them. So for the ingredients for a boosting powder, it would be 18 gold.
Okay.
The cost for the stun dust, that's 75. Would be about 52 gold. And then for the sleep vial, which is pretty expensive, about 70 gold. Since that's 70.
Yep. All right. Then I will.
Yeah.
Like, and then I will get all those because I was just like, all right, I have the gold that I got. I'm just going to keep minusing until I get somewhere.
Yeah. So that would be the cost to make those concoctions.
Yep. Plus, when I actually make them, I still have to spend a little bit more gold because bullshit.
Yeah, making the time. Yeah. Anyway, so
Yes, thank you.
no problem. Glad we were able to clear that up. And again, keep in mind, for my reminder, since it's not on the sheet, again,
I'm writing it down.
70%,
What is it?
yeah.
70%.
70% of the cost. The cost to be sold is about 70% of that. So, okay. Or multiply by like 0.7. Cool. All right. Cool. Math done. Math done. Math fun. All good. Is there anything else you guys wanted? As you can peruse, I have a number of shops that are in here if you'd like, but if there's anything in particular.
There's
Teeth and
something.
spine?
Oh, right. You were selling a teeth and spine. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. We'll get that out of the way real quick. You did manage to get how many teeth in particular?
4.
4 teeth. I'll say because I don't think that there's anyone particularly looking to buy monster parts in the market. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check to see how much you could get for them, as you're kind of trying to have to haggle them off.
That's a nat one.
Oh no.
At the time, like you're asking around, you ask Ophelia, like, "Hey, where can I sell these?" And she's like, "Right, we don't exactly have anyone procuring these at the moment. You can try to haggle them off, but I do not think you're going to get much for them. Certain alchemists do use these, and you say they are from a basilisk? The teeth would probably have some value. I'm not sure about a spine. It is not particularly clean, but if I might recommend, if you hold on to them and maybe properly cure the spine, you might be able to sell them off in different places a little easier than here, unfortunately.
Fine.
My apologies.
Two things. One, would I know where, having traveled around, where monster parts would be more commonly sold and used?
Let me zoom out on the map here because I've got to think where monster parts would probably be, like sold and used. Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Dude, I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
Dude, 4.
A 4. It's hard to say. You've been through a lot of major cities, and things come and go through there relatively frequently. So not particularly anything that you would know.
Cool.
No places in particular.
Secondly, how much jade did we get again?
Did I give you guys a value on the amount of jade that you?
We split it with them. I don't remember what the split was. It was like I know
You said like 70-30 or something like that.
70-30% of the jade statue. Let me do a quick check, real quick, on the
and we
price
got 70,
of jade.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in typing, like 1,000. So that's 10. And you guys took 70% of it.
Yep.
And so 70% of the jade statue I'm putting at a value of about 1,000 gold worth of jade. So you would have about $700 gold pieces worth of
He'll
jade.
kind of be like, "Oh, I forgot," and he'll pull out a bit of the jade. I've got a lot more of this.
Oh. She sort of like is taken aback. That, in your report, that was...
Okala, you might not want to tell the druids that we're selling her.
Right. I would recommend, as you look, she looks to the piece that you're holding and you look to it. It looks like it's a part of her face where the eye and like an open mouth. You see a bit of that orcish fang hanging out. And
You
it's
could
like,
sell as art.
Really compliments her natural skin, don't you think?
right. We can go back to the jeweler and just say it was scavenged from the ruins as an ancient piece of art.
Probably be
Suppose
best.
she'll be of some use after her demise.
There's about 30% of it missing, but I'm sure if the kobolds aren't around anymore, you can complete your statue.
Right. Let's go to the jeweler, shall we?
Sure.
As, yes, I'll say you get the full price, 700 gold's worth of jade once person. It's like, very well. I'll make sure that nothing gets out about where you obtain that jade.
It would probably be best, more so for your sake. And he'll put his money pouch on his hip.
Yeah.
Get it. My name wasn't Jane.
Time to be a sugar daddy for the party.
I'm just gonna
Though?
leave his hair. Hush.
Mhm.
The apothecaries would like to
Right.
look for a poisoner's kit.
I'm certain that is something we can acquire for you. As she will head off back over to the apothecary with you guys. She's like, I understand. This is probably the last stop I can make with you for the for the day. I do have other business to attend to. Turns to the apothecary owner. Give these fine people, say, 50% discount on this poisonous kit they're looking for. Would you? It's like, of course, Miss Ophelia. As the poisoner's kit.
Poison.
Poisoners.
I think they're about 20
Damn.
gold.
Like, don't
They're
have
about
to turn around and say
50
Jenny.
gold.
50.
So it'll be 25 gold. It'll be 25 gold for the poisoner's kit, as you've made it in with the manager of the store. So
I'm gonna turn around slowly
we
and
know the
sweetly.
manager.
Like,
mhm.
I'm missing 2 gold.
Hugin will pull out 2 gold and set it down.
I'm also missing 2 gold.
And don't try to lie to me. You're not even
I'll be
buying
Why would I
anything.
lie to you?
What
you
are
don't
you
know
missing
what I'm
it
doing.
for? What are you trying to get? There's nothing that they've offered you or told you a price of. You chose the wrong time to tell me you were missing gold.
I'll
You'll
be
know
missing
fun.
25 after
Very
this.
smart.
And I just push all my gold across the desk.
Your business is appreciated, sir. And I'll pass it off to you. Your poisoner's kit.
I have no gold.
It's alright. I plan on divvying it up.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, not evenly, of course, but
yeah.
Mhm.
There.
Mhm.
I love this party so much. Right. Well, again, now that you've sort of exchanged for what you want, you can continue to look around. I'll say it's about, let's see, this is the same day that y'all got back from the ruins. You got back, you had
it's
a
probably
drink.
super late.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
late and people are starting to close up.
Yeah.
So
Would I imagine that we have a room in the barracks?
yes, you would have a room in the barracks, and I'm sure that with some persuading, you could probably get Everest into the barracks as well. Weaver, you still have, I believe, a room, sort of just in the underground denizens, where people are
Yep.
sort of holding up, and then Doctor, you have the temple. So,
Apple.
yep.
Right, well,
Do you'd like?
before we split off for the night, and he's going to pull out 75 gold to give to Weaver, as he was going to give him 100, but he spent 25.
Mhm.
I spent 2, thank you very much.
He'll give 75, he'll give 100 to the doctor, and
this.
150 to Everest.
I don't need this. You can keep it. It's Especially if we're going to be traveling together.
I can hold it for you until you need it.
Sure, why
No.
not? Give it to Everest.
Alright. You're old.
That's how it's done. See, before you really fucked it up, that's how it's done.
You're part of my squad now. I have to actually take care of you.
Hmm.
Which, in saying so, I could get you a room at the barracks so you don't have to spend any of that pocket change on a room.
Pocket change.
That was the joke. Thank you, Weaver.
Yeah, it's a joke for rich people, yes.
Hmm. I doubt I
Fine.
could get you to a room, but you seem to be here before I was, so I'm sure you're housed.
Yes.
I'll follow you if it's available.
Just
It's a
nod.
pleasure doing business with you, Miss Ophelia.
Oh, she walked off already.
Oh,
Yeah,
she made a
she was like-
comment and you didn't say anything.
Oh no, she's like, oh, okay, fair. She's like, oh, of course. I will hopefully see you all around back at the forum.
Yes, thank you.
Of course. She takes her leave as it is late.
I will lead Everest to the barracks.
Okay. So, Hugin and Everest are going to the barracks. Doctor, I imagine you'll be making your way back to the temple.
Kick down the doors of the temple. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. All the druids just.
Oh no, they're back.
Let's get McFucking started!
As Weaver, you find your respite for the night in the room that you had before.
Just because I'm a rogue. On the way back, I'm like, pocket change. I just want to try and pickpocket someone as I walk past.
Sure. Go ahead. Roll a sleight of hand.
Ooh.
16.
Yeah, no. I'd say you managed to like follow behind what appears to just be a basic like laborer and swipe their coin pouch. Add about like 25 copper to your
Hey,
No, that's pocket
Now
change,
now
baby.
this is pocket change.
Now this
Yeah.
is pod
Ching, ching,
racing.
ching, ching.
You casually flick them out into the street.
Yeah, I lose 3 copper because of it.
Yeah. All right.
Doing my
fair.
good deed for the day. Slap a copper into some beggar's hand. Don't spend it all in one place.
Everyone
Fair.
here is an asshole.
My good deed for the day, flicking copper into the street, poking people's eyes out with a fucking coin.
Throwing copper at people's toes to make them dance.
Make it a hail, baby.
Spreading joy.
Looking wonderful. As you all gather in your places of rest for the evening, I'm going to just make a quick roll and do a bit of change of music since we'll moving into another day.
We're taking a long
Um,
rest.
Yes, you can get a long rest.
Sick. I'm gonna prepare some spells. As I can do that as a paladin.
Same.
You'll have fun with your
Yeah.
spell prep.
Manage spell.
Do not get rid of
Bandage.
cure wounds as much as I think it'd be funny.
Don't cure anyone.
Cure no wound.
Cure no wound.
Trust no bitch.
Only
Anyway,
trust no
Heyo. It's been a long day.
I'm like, I'm getting rid of one and replacing with another, so it's fine.
That's the
Same.
t-shirt
Hopefully we didn't
Weaver
make the
sleeps in.
same choice here.
Weaver's t-shirts trust no bitch.
Trust no bitch.
yeah.
Trust no
Wait,
bitch.
never mind. I can't. I lied.
The classic line. What were you doing?
I was gonna do something and then I realized, oh, I can't get rid of that one. It's always prepared.
Yeah.
So never mind. I can't get rid of anything.
Yeah.
It's okay. I literally only did this for the day and it's going back to what it was before.
Mhm. But I'm going to do a quick roll.
No. I got rid of cure wounds. Please. No.
I'll say,
You permanently lose cure wounds.
pick a
Yep.
color for me. Green, gold, or orange.
Green.
Okay.
Excellent choice.
All right. Again. Jesus Christ, you got to roll something other than a 4.
No.
All right.
All right, a dragon
No.
attacks.
Ah,
No.
shit.
Right.
Roll new characters.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll say, as you all get your long rest, and you awake in the morning, Weaver,
Yes.
as
hi.
you are preparing yourself for the day, I imagine you have a room to yourself. Probably just one of the open available spaces that they offer travelers coming through that isn't housed by a proper denizen of Deadstone. You hear a slight at your door, and you watch as a small piece of parchment slides underneath your door.
Ooh. Wait.
It's got a
Okay,
drawing
can
of
I
a
pick it up?
penis on it. And that's it.
Oh, another one.
This will make a fine addition to my collection.
This has been recurring ever since you've gotten here to Deadstone. But yeah, a small folded piece of parchment has slid under the door of your dwelling.
Alright, I will pick it up and have a look.
You open it up, and it only has a few words written on it. All it says is, in the language that only you know, except for maybe one other member of the party. Contact made, sending information, await further instruction.
Okay.
As you sort of look at it around, I'll say on the back of the message, you look and see a small familiar symbol, that of a tattoo of an individual you know.
Yep.
Okay.
I eat the paper.
All right. Fair.
Not joking, I eat the paper.
Yeah. I fully expected as much too. Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
Beatrix. He wasn't there for that.
No.
No, did you do that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trick date paper.
Oh yeah.
But you have that. You're aware of that information. As the day rises, I will say, Hugin, you are able to procure a bed for Everest. As in the morning, you arise, you wake your troops, including Everest. As you are given your orders for the day, it's a boring day. It's just patrols, making sure that the perimeter is fine. No incidents last night to report.
Can I get
As
a new
you
cloak?
all... Yeah.
Okay.
You can procure another cloak for yourself, your cowl. But as the day comes to, what would each of you like to do? Meet up at somewhere or talk to whoever you want?
I will say that since I awake very early, I spent my 5 gold and made my boosty powder.
All right. Spend your other 5 gold and make your boosting powder. As you, I imagine that takes you probably until the rest of the
Pretty much.
the temple awakes. As you hear a knock on your door. Probably actually not well before the rest of the people wake up. As you're
Yes?
Hey, it's me. Don't worry. Bored. I had my rest. Maybe rested a little longer than I should have, but you know, for me that's not much. What's that smell?
Powder.
Oh, you're making something, right? Okay. Uh, well,
Thankfully, this one
was.
won't kill people.
Did you say hopefully or thankfully?
Thankfully.
Okay. Uh, either one of them wouldn't have surprised me much, but I'm glad. I'm glad that this one won't kill people because that is, I'm assuming, what it's intended not to do.
No, it is intended to help people that I see fit.
All right. That'll be helpful if we wind up going into any more ruins.
I don't think you want to go into any more ruins. Didn't you say that?
That was the sarcasm. Yeah, that was the sarcasm part. Yeah, I don't want to go into any more ruins.
You
Well,
you really need to get more rest, don't you?
I probably do. I'm fine. I'm fine. But I don't know if there's anything planned for the rest of the day, so I figure I'm just gonna chill here until the rest of the temple wakes up, if that's all right with you.
No, I don't mind.
Nice.
I was
Thanks.
planning on causing more chaos with the Grishagoons. They seem very fun.
Yeah, they're an interesting lot. I can't say I've ever had the pleasure of meeting a seeker, let alone a seeker that I actually tolerated. But yeah, they seem all right.
I like Eugen. He seems like a fun time.
I know that was sarcasm. He's a soldier.
He's
Uh,
a
it's a-
soldier, but he's not like the other ones.
Yeah.
Ooh, that probably
He's-
shouldn't have happened.
He's a
Right.
dragonborn. Crazy.
Yeah.
He's not like other girls.
He has a
Girl.
penis.
That's what that part was.
I'm not gonna apologize. That's pretty big, fellas.
That's nice, fellas.
Anyway, sorry. Right. Well, let me know if you need any help with anything, but it looks like you've got it covered.
This is simple.
And for the most part, Mantle will just sort of chill with you until the morning rises, and he's like, "Well, I'm off to go do my duties. Usual rounds. See if the druids need anything. Make sure that the stone is secure, I guess."
Fair enough. I'm probably going to go see how long it takes for me to get kicked out of barracks.
Have fun with that. As he's gonna walk out, close the door behind him. So as the morning rises, I've been Doctor. You're going to the barracks. Weaver, do you want to join, or you can do whatever it is you feel fit to do today? This
I
is Alex
would
and
like
the
to
session.
head there at some point, but first perhaps the forum.
Okay, you head your way back to the forum. Let's say.
Yeah, I want to look for any sort of like book places, bookstores, whatever.
I'd say there's a set outlet that is dedicated to the selling of tomes and books and scrolls and things like that.
Okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
excuse me, do you sell like alphabets of different languages?
Oh, for like the purchase of, like the purpose of learning other languages, at least.
I guess so. Yes.
We might have one or two. It depends on what you're looking for.
Well, do you have-
Which language?
This one. What was this? And I show the journal I found in the ruins of from the dead dwarf.
Right, let me double check what language that
'Cause
was.
all I had was written in a language I don't understand.
Mhm.
It's like, well, shit.
Yeah, gotta go back up to find this. Okay, yeah. She's gonna take a look. I'm just gonna roll a dice. Give me even or odd. Mystic.
fuck. Odd. Why
Okay.
not? I always get even and then I kick myself.
Well, it rolled even this time, so
That's
that's
fine. Yeah.
that's a pain.
Yeah. I hate
you
the
just-
mob mentality I have of
The
odd
odds
now.
god just screaming, odd, 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 odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. no.
If you always select
like-
odd, you'll usually get it at least 50% of the time.
Yeah.
That's just yeah.
That's how math works, yeah.
that is how it goes.
100% of the time, it will happen 50% of the time.
Oh, let me write that down.
Yeah.
Write that down, write that down.
Oath
the
of
sort
mathematics.
Worse. I'll say you see this sort of older looking you can't exactly tell what gender, it's sort of gender fluid, but palish sort of almost gray blue skin. You've never seen a person like this before, but they have these sort of thin glasses that sort of just barely cover their eyes as they look at it. It's a bald head. It's like, oh, don't exactly know what the language this is, but I can cross-reference in hopes of finding something. It might be of
Sure, if
use.
it's
Sorry.
not too much trouble.
It'll only take me like a minute. And about 20 minutes later, this person
Yeah,
comes
typical.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, right, I didn't find the language that you were looking for. This is a book of Dwarfish. A Dwarfish tongue.
I should have guessed. Yes, that's good. How much would that set me back to get the dwarvish book?
This I'll put you at about 15 gold.
Right, and would I be able to grab just some pieces of parchment from you as well if you sell them?
Of course, yes. Let me see. Paper price.
Like stationary kit, whatever.
Yeah. That would be just for how many sheets are you looking for?
Oh, did you sell them in bundles or?
Yes, we can sell you a bundle of about 10 or 15.
Okay.
10 would go for 20 silver. 15 would be about 25 silver.
I'll get 5 bundles of 10.
Very well. 50 bundles, and they sort of just shuffle back, grab it, put it down one by one. Eventually getting you
Another 20 minutes.
yeah. Eventually getting you your 50 sheets of paper, more than enough to transcribe the book, because I'm assuming that is your intention.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that would be how much gold?
It's
How money
50.
again?
Sorry. So it's for the bundles of 10 sheets. You said.
Yeah.
20, 40. About 100. So 10 gold.
10 gold. All right.
10 gold
and
for
the,
50
and the
sheets.
book.
The book was 20
15?
gold.
20
15,
gold,
sorry.
All right.
Yeah. 20.
I will give them 27 gold. 2 gold as a tip.
All right. They take the gold and press everything, sort of wrapping it up in this nice sort of like cloth bundle for you. It's like, here you go. Appreciate
thank you very
your
much.
patronage. Yes.
Appreciate your help. And I will head over to the barracks.
Okay. Meanwhile, at the barracks,
I
early in
am
the
going into
morning.
gremlin hours. Hello.
Yeah.
Can I assume that Hugin is a bit of an early waker, and I can wake up a little before Everest to do some things?
Sure, if you'd like to do so.
First thing he wants to do is get her a sash, to
Right,
determine her
okay.
rank. I don't know what her rank would actually be, being in my platoon.
In your platoon, in yours, now this is when you talk about your platoon, this is your specialized
Yeah,
group,
my
not just the
special-
people you brought.
yeah.
Yeah, your specialized group. Okay. Ranks vary. There's not a specific rank for that thing. It's usually just general rank.
Mhm.
You guys are your own sect. So,
Then a cadet sash, I imagine.
yeah, a cadet.
Get me a cool one.
It has a sword on it,
It's
and it's
uniform.
yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow so
That's no, I thought it was blue.
Is it
Is
blue?
it blue or yellow? I don't remember off the top
I
of
think
my
it's
head.
blue,
One
actually,
sec.
now that I'm thinking about
It's
it.
blue. I'm pretty sure it's blue, but I gotta double check my notebook where I
It
sketched out the uniforms.
Is blue, yes.
Yeah, blue.
Oh, there is no
Yeah.
yellow.
Nope, no
Just
yellow.
purple, red, and blue. Never mind. Why do I have yellow written down somewhere? I don't know.
I think
Oh,
that
maybe
was
you wanted
originally
yellow.
what it was, but then when I refined what like actually they looked like each of these. Damn, I've got a lot in this fucking notebook. I didn't even realize. Yeah, blue sash. So you acquire Everest's ranking as you see fit.
Get my cloak.
Get your cloak.
Then, with that, he's going to go to Everest's room, wherever she was left. And just...
Okay, I'll take a look. Sorry. It doesn't let me know when that happens.
Just so you know what's been planned.
Okay. Let's see. But yeah, Everest, you hear the knocking.
You might want to read before that.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, okay. Fair. Doctor, roll me a stealth check. Real quick.
23.
Okay. Roll against you just in case, but I don't think that'll be it. Yeah, no. So, you get in without being noticed. Hugin, then, as you walk into, as you walk into the room where Everest is being held, you see a couple other sleeping soldiers, there. Most of them, Necrosian, but you do see where Everest is slept and perched at the foot of her bed like a gargoyle. You see the doctor.
He's just gonna walk over, ignore the doctor, and put the like a baby in a slice of cheese, slap the sash onto Everest's face. Hey,
What?
it is morning. It's time to wake up. You have a visitor.
Good day.
I'm sure you'll like to see them again. They're over by the door.
Pull sash off face like
Doctor's right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing. Cause you
Yeah. Fair.
that is someone
100%
in my
fair.
fucking face.
Go ahead and roll. I gotta get back to
just strength or
unarmed
strike.
strike. Yeah.
Yeah. This one, I think it's that. Oh shit. 25 to hit.
Holy shit.
Does that hit?
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I'm like, I don't think I have uncanny dodge yet.
You don't
so,
have
like,
an uncanny dodge yet, yeah. Nope.
It's 4 points of damage.
As Doctor, the bird beak of your mask folds in slightly as impact with head.
Readjust beak.
Think right there. Fuck! No.
Just leans back or readjusts beak.
Oh, it's you.
shout "fuck." Several of the other soldiers in the room, most of them female, as this is the female barracks, reach over, start grabbing for their weapons.
Calm down.
You in my face.
I was just curious.
About my face, you could ask later when I'm not asleep.
That's less fun.
No, it's the same amount of fun. Look, right? And I'm just gonna try to grab him by the back. See? Face. It's perfect.
I boot the snoot with my own snoot.
Why are you like this?
Good question.
Right.
Goes
well,
off from like doesn't perch anymore, hops down.
Now I'm gonna hold the
it's,
pistol. What is this?
It is your rank. And he pats his own. Put it
You
on.
notice, Everest, that looking at your sash, there is a single sword shape sewn into it. Looking at Hugens, there are two that are crossed.
Like on heroic difficulty.
I imagine it won't be difficult for you to attain something like this eventually. Didn't take me too long.
Yeah, I just have to have embroidery skill, clearly.
Sure, we'll go with that. Regardless, I need to talk to you in private.
Fine.
Glad you were so eager to see Everest, I guess. We'll
To be
come
fair, I
find
was
you.
just trying to figure out how long it would take for somebody to kick me out.
You
Right,
can stay on
well,
bed.
It's going to kick her out, but whatever.
No, it's fine. I don't care.
It's fine. Come with me, and I'm gonna lead her to my own room.
Alright.
As I know it's
As you
private.
guys, yeah, the two of you leave. Doctor, eventually the rest of this, the Necrosian soldiers in the room turn to you, staring. As
I'm just sitting like crisscross applesauce on the bed now.
they all start packing up their stuff and leaving. Eventually leaving you alone in the room for the moment.
Perfect.
But
I'm winning this war that I created.
yeah. Hugen, you take Everest back to your private quarters.
Right. If you're going to be a part of my troop, I want you to know what it is we're actually doing. As while we are considered a part of the military, as we are, you and I, as well as the brothers you met and one other individual, have a bit of our own, mission. So how familiar are you with the Godkings?
I know of them.
Have you ever spoken to one directly?
Have I spoke? I don't think so, right?
No.
Just that one person that we talked about, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't see a point.
Fair enough. Well, as much as we still take orders from generals, our group primarily takes missions directly from Agresha himself. I see you as a fit information gatherer, and on top of that, a worthy fighter. Our primary missions are to, as seekers, go out into the world, as we're expected to be out there anyway, and gather information in which to report back to God King Agresha himself. Anything that we think will be useful, any information that he may see as important in other kingdoms. We're not spies per se, but
But you act as such.
sure. Consider yourself a spy, but we aren't looking to topple any governments. Not yet.
Good, because if you are going after mine,
Well, who presides over your kingdom again?
I didn't tell you.
Right, which kingdom is it?
Do
Look north.
Yeah, I'm like, it's north.
Bashan.
Yep. Bashan.
Do I know which God King is there?
The God King. That would be fucking Davos.
Right, and do I know what his relationship with Agrisha is?
He's the head of the God Kings.
Oh, he's the
de
head of the God
facto.
Kings, yeah.
Yeah. And to that point, you also know that not a lot of people come in or out of Bashan without express permission. Maybe not directly from Davos, because
Right.
he's got better things to do, but
He'll kind of think, and he's like, well, I don't think that we have the ability to overthrow that government anyway. So you don't have anything to worry about. Regardless, I don't think that that is our primary mission, and on top of that, while we are helping Agrisha, Agrisha is helping us. You will have his favor, and if you so desire, and if he thinks it is worthy, he can bestow power upon you as he saw fit to do to us. That is, if you want it.
What kind of power are you talking exactly?
The power of a God King. He has learned how to share his power with others, which is not something many of the God Kings can say, if any. Well,
Sharing power is not all it's cracked up to be.
Sure. But we don't know the limits of a God King's power. Therefore, we don't know how strong we can actually be. I have my own. I had my own before I first encountered him. That's what these tenets up here are for.
I just thought you were crafty.
Magic is a very useful thing, especially in a world such as ours. Accepting a little bit of help every once in a while is often the smartest thing to stay alive.
Or it could be the opposite.
Well, it
You
kept
ask for
me...
help and someone shoots you in the foot.
Sure. But if you're not strong enough to weed them out, you deserved it. And I may be making a big mistake asking you to be a part of my troop. Sure. But I think both of us know that there are benefits to be in your position.
Considering I tried to rob you already.
Yeah, sure. But think about what you have now as an aggression seeker, which are stationed throughout pretty much the entire world and recognized throughout the entire world. In some instances, you are the law. I'm not asking you to be the perfect soldier. I'm asking you to help my God King achieve his goals, and through doing so, achieve mine.
And what are his overall goals exactly?
He has not laid them out directly to me, but they fall in line with what I want.
And what do you want, Hugin?
What I want is to remind the world that the Dragonborn are powerful. And find those who are out and about, still living, and still a part of this plane, and find out if they're willing to acknowledge and accept their heritage and join my pack. If not, they die. We seek power. We seek control. And we seek order. I think you have power. I will put you in the position where you can control and enforce order. As will our God King. We're in an allied kingdom. We have allies in many places. First and foremost, as an aggression seeker, I have given you respect amongst many people. And those who don't respect you, well, I'll turn a blind eye to how you decide to punish them. So long as they are beneath you.
So as long as they don't outrank me, you don't care what I do.
Not necessarily, although I'd appreciate it if you didn't kill any of your fellow seekers. But, people in the kingdoms that decide to try and question your authority, maybe later questioning why they did such a stupid thing, if you see fit. This is a responsibility that you can take only if you want it. I recruited you assuming that there would be something for you to do if you didn't know what you wanted. If you later decide this isn't what you want, that's fine. But for now, I've given you purpose. Take it if you want. If not, you can hand the sash and the cloak back and leave the barracks now.
I'll follow you for now.
That's all I ask. And he'll open the door.
However, you better not get mad if I go after you as far as sass. And I'm gonna flick him in the head.
That is one of the reasons I asked you to join me. I see a fire in you that I recognize as one I had. That spell I cast on you to make you give me the stone. In my first encounter with God King Agrisha, I attempted to use on him as well. And I almost succeeded. He'll open the door.
Then I didn't stand a chance, did I?
Not exactly. He'll let her out, close the door, walk back to the room that Doctor is in to see if they're still there. Just... Right, are you coming or what?
Oh, are we doing anything interesting today?
Well, I plan on going back to see the, stone, as I have some magic I would like to use to identify it a bit more. Especially if it's so
Sure.
corrupt.
Then I don't mind helping you along.
Sounds good. Come on.
Plops up and follows over.
As you guys are making your way out at the front door of the barracks, Weaver, as you were making your way there, I'd say you probably got stopped by a couple of guards that are like, "What is your business here?"
I'm just coming in my cowls in the laundromat.
Right. What purpose do you serve here?
I serve Grisha.
All deception check. These are Necrosian
Oh,
guards.
unsure.
They're not exactly sure.
That's exactly how he says it too. Grisha.
It's such a low roll.
17.
They didn't roll super great either, but I'll say, right, we'll go retrieve one of your superiors.
Yes, thank you. Chop chop.
I want to be like walking towards the front as this happens.
Yeah. You watch as the three of you begin approaching. They look at the doctors. They didn't see her come in. See them come in, and it's like, they look to you, Eugen, and then sort of, there is a seeker at the door for you.
Oh, they let anyone in these days. Look at the doctor.
Just looks
Suppose
over,
Give a little finger wave.
glances at the doctor. It seems you guys need to step up your security a little bit.
They
Do you mean he's clearly supposed to be here? And I'm gonna point at Weaver.
will
Thankfully,
leave
no one
this
stopped
to
me,
you
so-
then.
Well,
The guards
fortunately,
sh-
these two aren't trying to do anything bad. Don't worry yourself, it's early in the morning.
Right.
But-
As they will.
If this happens
Stop.
again, the others might not be so, forgiving. And he'll walk forward to Weaver.
I'll open the gate and you all meet up.
Right, why do they think you're a seeker?
I told them I left my cowl inside. I figured it was the best way to get someone of rank out here, and I assume that'd be you.
You could also just ask for me directly if you needed me.
Well, I
No.
didn't know.
That's no fun. I think he did it right.
Fair enough, whatever. What are your plans, Weaver?
I have no idea. I was checking in.
Right, well, I'm going back to the druids for a moment.
Fair enough. Sounds like a good idea.
Right. And he'll just start walking there. Oh, no, first he'll go to the forum to get his armor.
Right, of course. A quick stop by the forum. The dwarven armor smith is like, right, let me get this for you 1 second, please.
Did they also
As-
sell weapons?
This one seems to be an armory particular. They have a couple weapons lying around. If there's anything you would be looking for, mostly
Great sword?
light weapons. Nah,
No.
nothing as heavy as a great sword. A couple of light weapons, short swords, some daggers,
Okay.
and other small utility things. But they points like there's a shop over in that direction that has the great sword that you are looking for. Yes, that should be adequate if you need.
Fair enough. Thank you for your work. I'll salute and go get a great sword really quick.
Okay, we'll check that real quick. 1 second. Right, you approach what appears to be the weaponsmith and ask for a great sword. I spelled great wrong. I spelled it like a grate in the ground.
Great.
Nice. The great sword
Just a
allows
sword with
water
little-
to pass through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's nicer enemies than
Virgin.
Parmesan.
Yeah. Asking for the great sword. They will offer one to you for $50. $50. $50 gold.
He'll,
$50.
I'm sorry.
yeah, easy
50
enough.
bucks.
Slaps the 50 down. Thank you.
The DM $50. Get a quick
And will attach.
Pay to win, baby.
Yeah, attach.
I need money.
Attach over his shoulder
hmm
before he's like, right, alright. Do you guys need anything in the forum or are we good?
I am fine.
I did all my shopping yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did they sell cooking items here, you think?
As in cooking utensils or ingredients?
Yes.
I'm sure they do.
There's a lot of things here.
I'll turn to
know
the...
that they probably do, Doctor. You guys being here a little longer. Forum sells a lot of the produce that can't be grown here in
Yeah.
Necros because of the land. So you could find those easy.
I hope you're not looking for anything fresh.
Any,
I didn't expect fresh here.
Hmm.
Yes, but that also means it'll be more expensive,
Usually is.
as it can't be grown here. It's up to you, it's your money.
I'm gonna see if I can get like just a small array of things
Yeah.
to make
no,
like
easy
a
enough.
like an easy stew or something for like
Yeah.
an amount of
Meat,
people.
Meat.
Do you?
Meat.
So are you just looking for ingredients, or are you also looking for like cook's utensils?
Do I have them or do I not have them?
I don't
yet?
think you have them on you.
So I need both.
Okay. Yep. Easy enough. A cook's utensils would be a singular gold piece.
All right.
Or if we're doing pay to win, you can pay me $1. Anyway, no, God, I need money. Anyway,
I slide you $1 under the table.
thanks. Right. So
I
yeah,
pickpocket the
gold.
dollar.
Fair.
Take god damage.
Yeah, take god damage. And then you do find a stall that has very fresh looking produce. As the individual is a sort of plumper, rounder halfling individual. It's like, please step right up. We have all of the freshest ingredients from Podia, from Hana Village. For anything that you're looking for.
Good. We have the same like rotund build. I'm in. I step in like.
Yeah. Easy enough, I'd say, for what, just like a meal's worth of soup ingredients.
I'm thinking
stews?
like soup for like 20.
Soup for 20. That'll probably put you at around a gold piece or two. It'll say a gold piece. That's a lot of food.
Yeah.
And it is marked up because it is imported. So, yep. So pay the gold piece.
I'm definitely like going through like. No.
Thank you for your patronage. It is greatly appreciated. Just he sort of bows to you. And noting that obviously this guy's not probably from Necros. A more, in terms of attire, sort of Japanese style attire. But passes those off to you as, yeah, you have soup for 20.
I just put all the jam all the ingredients into like the bag I have, and I'm just like.
Yeah, he probably would have handed them in bags to
Yes.
you, like a couple burlap.
I put all the burlap sacks into one bag.
Yeah. All right, please come by again.
If we're still here, I will.
It promises.
Make our
Very well.
way to the druids
Back
now.
to the temple.
I thought my lie to the guards was good, but fresh from Podia is probably my favorite lie so far.
Fresh from yeah. Eventually, you guys make your way over
Back
to
into the temple.
Yeah, back into the temple of the grave tree. As you enter in, you see a number of druids around that appear to be maintaining the gardens of the temple itself.
Do I see the one that we spoke to that was like seemingly in charge?
You don't see him immediately.
Just
You can ask around, yeah.
I
No.
can start yelling his
he'll just
name
walk
again.
up to one of the druids and be like, "You there?"
Yes, how can I help you?
In our meeting with the council yesterday, they spoke of being uncertain if the stone was corrupt or not. I don't know how much experimenting you've done already, but I could at least give you a couple answers if I may see it again.
Right. Let me go ask Giovanni if he's able to help. If he's willing to allow you to see the stone.
Mm-hmm.
I could have just asked him that myself.
The druid shakes his head at you, Doctor. Is like, no. As he'll go off, and eventually come back. He's like, Gianni, unfortunately, is not here at the moment. He is taking a trip up to Vititum.
Fair enough. Well, I don't exactly need it in my hands or anything. Is it still where you put it yesterday?
It should still be there, yes.
Right. He'll walk over to that area, And as he does, once we get close, I'm going to cast Detect Good and Evil.
Detect
And
good and
look
evil.
to where it's at.
Okay. You cast Detect Good and Evil. Remind me again what the spell does.
For the duration, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but it is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay.
Nervous.
It is able to penetrate the tree. I wouldn't say anything really picks up in terms
It's
of the
not
Philosopher's Stone.
consecrated or desecrated
It's
in
not
any way.
consecrated or desecrated, as far as you're aware. However, in casting that spell, you do get a faint undead aura coming from the direction of the doctor.
He just slow turns. And just looks at him, and looks at the doctor, just like, Do I get anything coming from Everest?
No.
Okay.
I'm just cool. What are you talking about?
He just glances back at the tree.
Actually, hold on. Wait, read it again one more time. What are the creature types?
For the duration, aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
Right. There is a
Fair.
tinkling of fey energy, not Everest herself, but there is a shimmering sort of there, and it's like
Just around Everest.
around Everest, yeah.
And for that matter, just glances over at Weaver.
I don't believe Weaver has anything to do with
half
that.
elf, so I doubt Faye.
Maybe
at
a
all.
little, like the faintest. It's stronger on Everest, who looks straight at human.
It's just like a worth of fey on you.
There is, however, deep within Weaver's chest, pure fiend.
Can't win that.
That's
Hi,
a
Dad.
different fiend, though.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah.
It's I love this shirt. Tell him I have his shirt. His shirt is so good.
Dad, they like your shirt! He said, I know.
No. Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, he... Fun fact
That's
about my
It's
dad.
dangerous to go it
Yeah.
alone shirt.
Fun fact about my dad. He played the original Zelda so much to the point that he had a physical map of the whole game written out somewhere at one point.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like-
Wild.
Yeah. Only game he really plays. That and Gradius.
Nice.
Anyway.
nice.
Yeah, he'll kind of glance amongst everyone for a moment before he just looks back at the tree and then walks over to a druid and drops the detect magic before he's like, well, next time your leader comes back, it has not been desecrated in any way. Perhaps this Philosopher's Stone's entire purpose is to toy with flesh.
Perhaps it is. As a relic of the Awakening Lords, I would not expect anything else.
It may be worth considering that there is more than just one Philosopher's Stone in the world.
It would be a wise assumption. I agree.
Well, if we find any others, and they provide more useful to your cause, granted, I don't know if we ever will, I'll be sure
Not
to
now.
send a message of sorts, and we will try to bring it back to you.
Of course. Giovanni is in Vititum, hopefully counseling with Barras. This was a concern that he himself had as well. Barras will be reaching back out, I imagine, or one of the archdruids of the Circle of Balance. Hopefully in that time, any information given, we will ensure that you have the necessary means obtaining that. Should anything else arise.
Of course.
Well, if you will excuse me. He's gonna take his leave and go back to tending to the tree and the grounds.
He'll walk back over to the others. Well, it's not corrupt in any way.
No?
No. It, seems to have been made for that purpose of transmuting flesh.
Interesting.
Time to use people as bricks, then, I guess.
Well, you know, if they have any, prisoners they don't want around anymore, could always be done.
You just. That's
Hmm.
interesting, I suppose.
That would be a lovely way of torture.
I don't think it would be torture, I think they would just die.
Yes.
Maybe mental
Is that
torture
not the
to
same
threaten
thing?
people. Torture implies they feel it for a while.
I mean, looming threat is also torture.
Fair enough. Speaking of, you two are very, unique, huh?
Thank you.
Not
I
you.
mean, I do walk around in
Wow.
this costume for a reason.
Is it to hide the fact that you are not breathing?
No.
Hmm.
You are not breathing. What?
I mean, I do breathe.
I don't think you need to.
No, not all the time now.
Like when you're underwater.
Or just in
Kind of.
general. You as well. Not the breathing thing, but, are you aware there's something attached to you?
There is nothing attached to me.
You cannot lie to me, I saw it.
Maybe you're not seeing what you think you're seeing.
Well, it spoke to me yesterday.
Maybe you're hearing things then.
Hmm.
You did have a traumatic day, and I'm just gonna squeeze his cheek. Or maybe you
Well.
just want to find things that aren't there.
I don't think magic lies to people like that.
It can, actually.
Well, is it lying to me when I detect undead energy coming from you?
Maybe.
He's saying this in the middle of the temple.
You don't care?
Fair.
Huh?
There's a few eyes that sort of start wandering over in y'all's direction.
I think you're exhausted and need to shut the fuck up before you scare people.
I'm simply trying to find out what it is you're hiding.
I'm gonna lean like really close to him. Shut up.
Not hiding much of anything. I think you're just exaggerating.
Hmm. Perhaps. And he'll leave the temple.
Mm.
Well, that's something.
Maybe it was his glowing eyes trying to tell him things.
Right.
Does sound about right.
Well, what now?
I guess we follow him before he does something else stupid.
Considering recent events, it might be best to make sure he keeps quiet or kind of side-eye the doctor, if what he says is true.
I think he's just trying to spread lies. Perhaps he doesn't like me.
Either way,
Or maybe he
Lies.
really is seeing things. He said he got magic from something else. So,
True.
lies and trickery can still be believed, you know.
and if he believes that there's something wrong with us, what's to say he doesn't believe there's something wrong with you too?
I know, that's why I don't want the aggression seeker with power to be spreading rumors.
Then we follow the aggression seeker with powers. Let's go.
Mhm.
All right. I need one of you to pick a number between 1 and 100 for me, just for fun.
Not it.
Holy
69.
9! Yeah, 69. Let's go.
All right. Why? What else?
Why did you even
need?
ask?
How did I even ask? Okay. Y'all are safe for now. Okay.
Just like a 1% chance they just get smited.
Aggression, like, fuck y'all.
I was trying to see if I could spice up that end of session a little bit, but
Okay.
I'll safe for now.
Mm.
Anyway, as you all leave the temple, I'll say, gathering up and preparing just to take on the day, take care of whatever duties might arise, you and your new company. That is where we'll go ahead and end session. Bit of a shorter one. Just chill. After all the chaos that was the last couple of sessions. But
I should probably
Yeah.
add a great sword to my inventory before I forget.
probably should, yeah. Great sword.
You know
great sword
what? How about the
pretty
end of the sesh? I start making good stew.
good. Sure, yeah.
Good stuff.
Good sword.
As we're walking.
Yes, soup.
But thanks for playing, guys. Thank you everyone for watching
Yes.
this twem.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Glad there wasn't that much like that fritzed out on us. So we'll pick up 2 weeks from now, back in Tuesday, and you know I'll try to post it places so you can find out. Either way, talk to you guys later. Bye, stream.
Bye.